Hi, this is the second part of the orientation if you've already watched the tutorial for D2L, and this is kind of an overview of the academic policies and processes that you'll have as you go through your program. My name is Bridget Solis. I'm one of the grad advisors here, and the other grad advisor, Christina McKee, is also presenting some information in the orientation. And we just wanted you to know that we are available Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, and please email us or leave us a voicemail over the weekend because we will respond to you as soon as we can. We also have 3 financial services representatives as part of the grad team. Alex Clausen is the Assistant Dean of Faculty, and the Vice President and Dean is Coral Noonan Terry. And we've worked together for a while, and I know from talking to all of them that one of the biggest benefits for us is working as a team to see students finish their program successfully. The first thing that you'll receive is your status sheet, and this is the map to your master's degree program. So you can keep this and fill it in and use it to track your progress as you go through your classes. Your degree program, whether it's the MM or the MBA, will have 12 courses. 9 of them are the core courses, and then you'll have 3 electives. If you had any transfer credits from another graduate school when you came in, those should be on your initial transcript. And if they're not, please contact your grad advisor right away to let them know, and we'll figure out how to get your transcript so that we can get your transfer credits included as soon as possible, because we don't want you to take a credit that you don't need. If you are an MM student, then you'll see the 9 core courses and then space for 3 electives. You can take 3 electives of your choosing and have an MM general degree, or you can have 3 electives from a particular emphasis, and those emphases are listed at the top. We have human resources, healthcare administration, criminal justice, and the proprietary education emphasis. If you're an MBA student, then your elective choices will be determined by what preparation you've had as an undergrad. The first 3 electives that are listed on the status sheet are kind of the default electives. It's economics, accounting, finance for managers, and statistics. Those are the electives that you'll have to take in the MBA program unless you've had some of that coursework as an undergrad. And if you have, then you're waived from those required electives and you can take 3 electives of your choice. Or if you're only waived from 2, then you can have 2 electives of your choice. If you're waived from all 3 of them, then you can have an emphasis in the MBA program. You can have a management, a healthcare administration, human resources, international business, or accounting emphasis. And you don't have to decide your emphasis right away. The only time that it becomes necessary is once you finish the first 2 classes and you start working on your core coursework. Because the emphasis classes aren't offered every quarter, we want to try to schedule you for those fairly early in your program so that you're not waiting around to have those classes at the very end of your program. But if you haven't taken all of your emphasis classes, you can change your mind and switch to a general and take some other classes that you're interested in. As soon as you get started in your first quarter, about the second or third week, Christina and I will email you your recommendations for the next quarter. And you can check the recommendations against your status sheet, your degree plan, and just email us or call us to confirm your registration. We'll tell you our advised courses for the quarter, but if you'd like to take different classes or if you have some questions, please let us know. After you email or call us to confirm, we'll register you for the course. This doesn't mean that you're going to be charged for the course. You're not charged for the course until you've posted attendance past add drop week. But we want to get everyone registered as soon as possible to make sure that we have the right number of sections scheduled for each class and know everyone gets the class that they want. Later, midway through the quarter, the textbook and curriculum committee will approve the textbooks for the next quarter, and we'll send you the updated textbook list as soon as it's confirmed. You can order your textbooks either through the NAU bookstore off the student portal or through a third-party vendor, but you're responsible for making sure that you order your books in time to be ready for the first day of your course. There's a list here of quick references for where to find some things that you'll probably need in the first couple of quarters. You can find your schedule for next quarter anytime on the student portal. When you log into D2L, you'll have a little notification button at the top right hand corner that has the notifications from either the grad staff or central NAU administration or your instructor. And then always check the news section in D2L for announcements or updates from your instructor. In D2L, you can check your grades so far in the classroom by going to the assessment section where you put stuff in the drop box and clicking on the grade selection, and then you can see where you are as far as the instructor's grade book, so you can keep easy tabs on how you're doing in the class. The graduate catalog has the policies about attendance and course requirements, program requirements, graduation requirements, and you can find that in the student portal under university policies. All three of the FSRs are available to answer any bill or financial aid question that you have. You are assigned an FSR specifically based on your last name, but this email address, dlgradfinancialaid@national.edu, will put your question in front of all of the FSRs, and so if any of them are out or if their schedule is changed, they'll answer your question as soon as possible. If you're having any kind of technical difficulty with D2L, your classes, or the student portal, please contact IT support. You can email them at itsupport@national.edu or calling the 1-800 number listed there. I also encourage my students, if they're emailing IT about something that has to do with their class or some reason that they can't turn something in or log in, that they should CC me or CC their instructor so that we know what's going on, and also sometimes we can help them follow up with the IT issue if it gets complicated. And then the other main thing that I wanted to point out was in every class under LP1 there's a document called the expectations document, and that goes into detail about what's required for your papers. It has the discussion board rubric on how your discussion boards are graded and some of the standards for your assignments. So at least in the first 2 quarters, look over that document before you get started on your assignments, and it'll make you feel confident about how you're going to be graded and what's expected from you. One standard that we want everyone to be aware of is the Satisfactory Academic Progress Standard, and that comes from the U.S. federal regulations about financial aid, which states that a student is required to be making satisfactory academic progress in order to receive federal financial aid. And SAP is evaluated after the end of every quarter. And so here are the 3 criteria for making satisfactory academic progress. The first is that you have to have successfully completed at least 60% of all the classes that you have attempted, and that means that if you withdraw or fail a class, it counts as not completing the class. The second part of the criteria is that you have to maintain a certain GPA based on the number of credits that you have attempted. And so I'm going to roll the screen down so that you can see what it is at 46 plus credits. So there's a range of what the minimum GPA is required based on how many credits you have, but you see at the bottom, in order to graduate, you have to have a 3.0, and that's not just SAP, that's part of NAU policy. And then the third criteria is maximum time frame. You can often be on and off of satisfactory academic progress throughout your time here, but you need to be careful because you don't want to withdraw or fail courses to the extent that it's going to take you more than 150% of your degree program requirements in order to complete your degree, because if you reach the point where it's mathematically impossible for you to finish your degree before 81 credits, then at that point you're not eligible anymore for financial aid. And your financial services representative and your grad advisor will keep you apprised of your SAT progress all the time, but so nothing will be a surprise to you. We just want to make sure that you know about what the standards are from the very beginning. And always, always, graduation will be here before you know it. So take a minute now to think about and plan where you want to be and what you want to be doing when that day comes. Right now, we have about 28 students graduating this quarter, and we have about 75 students walking in ceremonies all around the country. When you graduate, there'll be a virtual graduation where you're celebrated online, and there'll also be an opportunity for you to travel to one of the campuses across the country that NAU is holding to walk across the stage in person. And as you get closer to your graduation quarter, we'll be in touch with you to send you your graduation application to fill out and talk to you more about the ceremony. So, for your checklist, if you're doing the orientation checklist, please write down for this orientation segment the quarter that you plan to graduate. You can look at your status sheet to kind of estimate the timeline. There's 4 quarters per year. The winter quarter starts in January and the fall quarter ends in December. And you're allowed to take 1 to 3 classes per quarter. It doesn't have to be the same number of classes each quarter, and you can kind of sketch it out and plan when exactly you're going to graduate and even which ceremony you plan to walk in. If you have any questions, and always, if there's anything you need, if you have any feedback to give, or if you just have a good story to share, we would love to hear you. Please email or call the grad advisors anytime.